Welcome to today's video. As you can probably see behind me, there's some pretty cool cars here. We are here at Rusey's shop, and I'm in the process of getting my fronts off because the other day I didn't get time to flip the front tires. And as you guys know, I run max camber that I can out of this, which is over 7 degrees. So what that means is we get a fair bit amount of camber wear with the toe out that I run as well. So we want to always flip and rotate our tires so we get the maximum amount of usage out of them as possible. Otherwise, what ends up happening is I end up having to throw away tires when this side is still all chunky and good to roll. But anyways, I'm gonna quickly get this all sorted. Then we're gonna go shopping for equipment to fit out the new shop, which I'm really excited about. So let's get you guys set up on a time lapse and get this done. So just putting this back on the car now, and as you can see, the camber wear is really heavy on this side, and there's still a whole bunch of meat left here. So it's kind of just, I mean, if you're streeting your drift car, especially one that's as competitive as this one, this is just something you have to put up with. And if you want your tires to last a decent amount of time, you always got to flip them like this. Now there is a bit of a downside, because now the tire is kind of shaped on this angle like this. It means if you're drifting and you use a lot of angle, the steering will fight you a little bit, because this angle is kind of like the opposite of what it wants, right? It wants to be angled like this as the tire wears, right? So what's gonna happen is it's not gonna be binding, but it's just gonna kind of fight you a little bit. So you just gotta be prepared for that if you're drifting, especially competitively, if you've flipped your tires like this with this angle that's worn down here. Once it kind of gets even, it goes back to normal, but definitely when you've got this uneven wear and you're drifting, it will fight you at heavy angle. Today's video is sponsored by Lucky Labo. And if you've been sleeping under a rock and don't know who they are, let me educate you, because they are this awesome online store heavily dedicated to specifically more so the Silvia and Skyline chassis in the JDM space, but particularly they sell a bunch of other really cool accessories, and this is one of them. If you're an Initial D fan and you love Japanese car culture and all those little knickknacks, you should know what this is. And this isn't just a cheap AC vent cup holder. This one has metal clips. It's super strong, so strong in fact, here's a quick clip of me drifting with, yes, that is coffee inside that can. So as you just saw, the cup holder was flawless, not a single problem. It is adjustable for both small cans and larger pet bottles and stuff like that. So definitely head to Lucky Labo, go check out some of the other really cool accessories they have there, and don't forget to use your coupon code SAMMIT to get further discount. And also guys, support the companies that support me. Once again, I would not be able to be doing the things that I'm doing today if it wasn't for awesome companies like Lucky Labo. So head to luckylabo.com, go check them out, grab something for your car, and let's get back to the video. All finished now. We did have a little casualty though on my new wheel. These things happen, and unfortunately these wheels, the way they're designed, actually I don't particularly like these wheels just because of how the lips are designed. They are the thing that like protrudes the most, so they always get beaten up. And it's not a big deal because, like, I mean, obviously a little bit of black touch-up paint will fix it up really, really easily, but pretty much every time I use a tire machine, unless I have the guards on them, it tends to nick it a lot. And a little bit here today as well. So I'll just put some touch-up paint on that later. Nothing like a black Sharpie, but I have touch-up paint specifically for those for that reason. I've done it a lot to the other wheel anyways. But Rusey's here working on his practice car. He's gone through, like, how many of these did you say you went through this year? In 2021 only?
No, it's 3 times.
3 times. In 2021, guys. 2021. That's not even a month yet. So looks like his manifold flange is a bit warped. So he's going to machine that later tonight. But this thing's a really cool build. This is an S15 actually. As you can see, like, he normally has rear quarters and stuff and all that kind of stuff. But it's a 180SX engine, red top, 2.1 stroked. And he's running a Yashiro factory YP turbine on there in Grady housings. But yeah, the thing rips. Really cool car. But every time I go to see him drive, he breaks it. Just means you drive aggressively, man. It's a good thing. It's a good thing to break your practice car all the time. But yeah, this thing's pretty cool. Cut out tubs, all that kind of stuff. This is a big no-no. I don't like blow-off valves. Sounds cooler when it goes through the turbo, right? Yeah. But yeah, really cool, like kind of, it's an interesting build because it's the non-VCT motor in an S15, so it kind of blows my mind, but yeah, pretty cool nonetheless. So this place is called Astro Products or Astro Tools, and it's a pretty big, it's kind of like, I'd say it's like Harbor Freight here in Japan. Let's have a look what they've got. They pretty much have a bunch of stuff that I need, and you can just about get anything through them if they don't have it in stock, like order-wise, and they'll ship it to your shop. But as you can see, like this is kind of just like a small version of a Harbor Freight, I would say. They even have like some welders and stuff, although I don't know if you would trust them. But yeah, definitely like a good place. Oh, sick, they do have all this stuff here. Yeah, that's good. Good to know. I'm starting to learn like all the places in Japan where to go to get like this workshop kind of equipment and stuff. Super important. And then I think over on this side, like, oh wow. Yeah, they've got like their own brand of stuff too, it seems like, for like power tools. A lot of tire, zip ties, air tools, jack stands. The compressors they have here are like super weak though, so probably not going to touch those. But see how much their engine cranes are, because we need one of those ASAP. I love that their engine crane here literally has pictures of people removing an SR out of a car. That is awesome. Only in Japan. This thing's about like $380. I think I've seen cheaper ones on through Amazon here, so I'll do a bit more of shopping around. They've even got like a little price here. I think it's about $500. That's not too bad. Once again, I think I've seen a bunch of this stuff a bit cheaper on Amazon, so we might go there. This isn't too bad. It's only $100 for engine support. Not too bad. Yeah, this is the kind of stuff I'm really into as well. These little carts. And I definitely need some of these. These ones are nice. It's lock and everything on these ones. They don't open. Locked up. This thing's pretty cool. Nice little toolbox. Not bad at all. If you have a drift missile, this is kind of really important for you to have. It's pretty much a hydraulic like ram, and you're able to put it in your trunk and pop all the damage out with them. Really handy to have. These are handy to have too for pulling out dents, believe it or not. These things actually work good magic. Also good for putting in glass. I think that's what they're more designed for. Oh wow, they sell all like the clips and stuff here too. That's really handy to know. Especially when we're going to be putting that Evo back together. They have a bunch of like fairly decent tool kits here too. Like really good kits that I'd recommend for people to get for like, you know, to take to the track with you. Just like all the basic stuff. Not bad. Definitely not bad, and it's not priced too bad either. Like that, this would be perfect to keep in an Ebisu car. Like it's like $200. That's really not that bad. I like that a lot. And they've got other kits as well with more things. But yeah, they have like their own brand and power tools. I probably wouldn't trust them, but oh, this one's not. Yeah, I don't know. I think I'm gonna stick to Milwaukee. Another really cool thing in Japan is they have literally a Evangelion themed tool company here. They sell hoists and everything, like lifts and everything. It'd be so cool to be able to get that kind of stuff here. But like you can get these placement mats that are all Evangelion themed. But they obviously have their own rattle guns and stuff too. Very cool. I don't know how good quality it is though, because it's still a fairly new brand. But yeah, interesting, right? Who on earth still uses these old torque wrenches? Crazy. Far out. It's still expensive. It's like $25. And then like these ones here are $40. What's the purpose in this? I wonder if it's like more accurate or something. Crazy. So checking out another store right now because prices were kind of a little bit high than what I was expecting at Astro. This place is called Kolnan Pro. It's kind of like a home center, but they sell a lot more, like more industrial stuff. You can see like it's a lot bigger, a lot huger items than what you'd see in like typical Japanese home centers. So you might find something here. So this place is definitely good. It's way better than any. Whoa, look at that thing. Damn. It's a lot better than all the home centers that I've pretty much seen around in this area. This stuff drives me insane. That's a saw here in Japan, by the way. You can't just get a normal saw like this here. But they still don't have like all the usual stuff that I'd expect to find in like a, you know, in like a, what do they call, like a Home Depot or stuff like that. So kind of sucks. And it seems like I'm going to be ordering a lot more stuff off Amazon and online than I was anticipating. There's a few other places I want to check out, but man, it's crazy just how much more difficult it is finding shop equipment here in Japan compared to where I'm used to in like Australia or like in the States, you know, like it's so much easier in those places to find that kind of equipment, especially for the right price too. I actually ended up buying something from that hardware store, which I'll show you guys in a little bit, but how cool does this Prius look? I dig the steelies with the tire paint. Looks cool. All right guys, I'm back home now, and this is what I managed to pick up at that hardware store we were visiting. I want to show you because this is such a good little kit, and it was so cheap. It was $180, and it came with Makita's like 10 volt series. So we've got like a little rattle ratchet gun, and it also came with a drill. Now I've been needing something compact like this that I can take to the track with me all the time for like any aero repairs, like if I crash and stuff, for drilling holes for zip ties and stitching and stuff. But yeah, it's the 10.8 volt series, pretty reliable and good. It came with 2 batteries and a charger. Like, it's just, and the fact that it came with the bag as well, I think I was most excited about, because like I can put a bunch of other stuff in here with them, and it's super compactable, zips up and can just go in my car. So I thought that was like a bargain, and I'm pretty happy about that. But I actually really need to talk to you guys. I am really stressed right now. I'm not saying that first of all, I'm not quitting YouTube or anything like that. I want you guys to know that. But in a couple months, I will be changing the upload schedule to every second day. And there's a lot of changes that are going to be happening and stuff like that. This is kind of, I guess, like, I really want to be open with you guys and real with you. I've always said that this channel is about, you know, you guys following my journey and how I'm not able to do this stuff if it wasn't for you guys, and it's so true. But also, like, just, I want to be 100% real with you guys. So where we are at now is this really weird transition period. It's not weird, I guess it's normal, but it's difficult, really, really difficult. And of course, I've never done this before. I'm trying to get advice from friends and stuff, and they've given me some great info and help, but it's just something we're gonna have to push through. But essentially, how I have set up, you know, being a full-time YouTuber is SAMMIT LLC is its own company here in Japan. I am the director of the company, which is, you know, SAMMIT Godo Kaisha, essentially is what it is. And how it essentially functions is it's, you know, the YouTube channel and everything like that. Everything we earn through Google AdSense and the ads that play on the videos from Google, that gets paid into the company account, and any other income we earn from ad sponsorships, like, you know, when a video is sponsored, as well as any kind of merch sales and stuff like that, all goes into the company, right? That's not my personal money. That's the company's money. Yes, I'm the director of the company, but I can't just spend that money on whatever the hell I want. Unless it's for the company, if that makes sense, right? So from the company, I get paid a wage, which is minimum base wage in Japan. I actually was like I was arguing with my accountant and like, can we not make it smaller? Like, I don't need much to live off, you know what I mean? Like, I just want the company to be able to, you know, do well. But that all aside, the issue that I'm at right now is, you know, for me to keep making amazing content and the content that I want to make, we needed a shop, right? So we went and got a shop. The issue is that I'm stuck in this transition period where I want to make this amazing content, but I can't till we get the shop set up, till we get equipment, till we fit it out. But all of that costs thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars and more. You know, I'm not expecting me to just all of a sudden have a fully fitted out shop. We're gonna have to do this, like, you know, buy a couple small things here and there. But it's super frustrating when, you know, I don't have benches and racking at least to store stuff and put stuff away neatly, so it's not just all lying on the floor. Then that's almost like it's almost the same as working in my driveway, right? But obviously in the shop, out of the weather, it's so much better and cleaner there, but you know, it's just like, if there's just parts lying everywhere, that's just super stressful and frustrating. So the issue is obviously all that equipment costs a ton of money, but as well as the builds cost a ton of money, and sustaining and wanting to do the content that I want to do, it's like, it's all like smashing together right now. And then also January and February are the tightest months ever for a YouTuber. January and February is when all of a sudden all these companies pull their ads off YouTube because of, you know, Christmas is over and all that kind of stuff. So normally you see like almost a 50% cut in your income. So it's really like stressing me out right now, trying to think of how I can purchase shop equipment, also purchase parts for builds, get the ball rolling with the Evo and all that kind of stuff. And it's crazy. Now, I'm totally okay. I'm not getting burnt out whatsoever. I love making daily content, and I have to keep making daily content for January and February. I have to grind so that we can make enough to do what we need to do with the shop, get some equipment, start the builds and get the content and make SAMMIT successful, like make it flourish, make it do well. But I also feel like the content I've been making lately, because it's a lot of this stuff of me painting walls and getting the shop ready and doing all this stuff that I've had to do behind that would normally be, I guess, behind the scenes for a lot of other content creators that you guys would never see, I feel like has burnt out a lot of my audience. And I'm really worried about that. You know, views are the lowest they've ever been for me for a while now. And it's really stressing me out, I guess. Like, you know, I'm trying not to let the numbers affect me, because this is a period in the journey that you guys have signed up for. And I know some of you won't be interested in this, but it's stressing me out because, you know, there's a lot on the table now. And I know that this is just a stepping stone, and I know we're gonna get through it, but I just wanna be open and real with you. The other thing that's made it really, really difficult for me to create content and do what I usually do is, unfortunately, right here with the pandemic and COVID, is things skyrocketed and got completely out of control here again, and the whole place is under state of emergency again and lockdown. You know, there's a curfew at 8 p.m. Most places are closed and not open. You're not supposed to be out of your home unless it's for work purposes. Pretty much everyone in Tokyo was told they had to try and work remotely from home. It's very, very difficult to do anything. And May, when were they saying that this lockdown is supposed to be over by? February?
February 7th.
Yeah, like the first week into February, and they're talking about extending it even more. So that really puts a lot of restrictions on everything that I would normally go and do. And also a lot of places just aren't open and functioning, and events are canceled and stuff. It's hectic. And I know, like, obviously everyone's been dealing with this worldwide, but you know, specifically here in Japan, like, it's kind of been fine up until now. But unfortunately, yeah, cases have just skyrocketed and gotten out of control. Another thing I wanted to talk to you about are video sponsorships. So as you guys have probably noticed, I've been doing a lot more video sponsorships now and ad placements. And that, I did talk about this a bit on my Twitter. If you don't follow me on Twitter, follow me there, because I do a lot of channel update stuff there. But I essentially have been taking on more ad placements for this month and next month to fill in the gap that, as I said, Google AdSense is at its lowest during January, February. Having these extra ad sponsors means that, video sponsors means that we can fill that and bring it back up, right? Which then means, you know, we'll be able to sustain ourselves, get shop equipment, and not, you know, fall into a deficit or anything like that. Now, I know that some people, it's kind of a bit of a sensitive topic, but I want you guys to understand that I am doing this for you, so that we can keep the channel growing, keep SAMMIT, you know, as the business continue to flourish and move forward, work on cool builds, make amazing content, get that shop functioning and all that kind of stuff. So when I literally say that I would not be able to do the things that I'm doing today if it wasn't for these ad placements, I am 100% serious. So I just want you guys to really understand that. And that's kind of, I guess, I think that's everything that's really on my mind, and I really want you guys to just really understand. By no means am I in financial trouble whatsoever. It's just, you know, we've created the SAMMIT LLC company here in Japan. I moved everything of my, like, you know, finances and everything is now in Japan. I'm planning to be getting my permanent residency here in Japan, hopefully this year. Like, there's a bunch of stuff happening, And as SAMMIT is its own business and company and stuff, you know, I'll be able to do some really cool stuff in the future with, you know, employing staff from overseas and stuff like that. And job positions would be open to pretty much anyone who wants to pack up their life and move to Japan and work as like a fabricator for me, or work as a filmer or an editor for me. Like, I really want to upscale this and turn it into something amazing and produce for you guys some of the most insane content that has just never really been done before. No one's ever done this before here in Japan, which is why it's so frustrating, because I keep looking and talking to people that do this, but in America and Australia, and it just, none of it applies here. I have to take it and just try to like see if we can, it's like jamming a square in a round, what do they call it? You know what I'm saying? A square peg in a round hole. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. But it's, we're doing it, and I really think we're pioneering something new here, especially here in Japan, and it's really something special. And we would not be able, like I said, we would not be doing this if it wasn't for you guys. So thank you so much. It's hard for me not to get emotional, because, you know, I look back 3 years and I wasn't taking really YouTube seriously. I was kind of doing it as a fun hobby thing. I mean, you know, I always thought it'd be cool if I woke up one day and I had a couple 100K subs, but I never thought it was going to become something like this so rapidly, and I'd be doing it full time so quickly. And then the more and more I started filming videos back then, the more and more I started really loving it and like sharing everything that I'm doing, and how, like, I don't know, I fell in love with it, and there's nothing else I would rather do with my life than this anymore. And I hope you guys really understand that. So daily content will keep continuing for now. I have to grind, like I said, for these next 2 months to try and bring in as much income as we can for everything that's happening with this current transition period. But yeah, we're not going anywhere. We're just going to be reshuffling some stuff, grinding a little bit for the first couple months of this year, then moving into every second day uploads so we can produce some more quality over quantity stuff, and just up and up and up and up and up. I really believe that after this year, we're going to be in some big competitions next year with drifting as well, probably FD Japan, the way that things are looking right now. And yeah, I'm excited for that. I hope you guys are too. And I'm at awe, honestly. And I know this has been a lot of talking, but this is a big like kind of channel update and direction. It really gives you an understanding and an idea of what I'm doing behind the scenes and how hectic it's been. May has been absolutely incredible. She is like literally the best person that I could have ever ended up with as a lifetime partner. You know, to be married to such an incredible woman like her, and how much she supports me. She's been running to like the government offices here, doing all this paperwork for me, helping me set up the company and register stuff and get everything sorted out. We found an amazing accountant and like working with them and all this stuff. Like, it's just, it is insane. And I hope you guys really, really understand just how incredible it is to be doing what we are doing and what we're planning to be doing and setting up here in Japan. It has never been done in Japan before. We are the first to be doing it on this tier, this level. So it's pretty crazy. Definitely. But I wouldn't do anything else. Definitely in love with what I'm doing. Anyways, with that, guys, I think we've been talking a lot. I hope that really helps you understand my heart and where we're going with everything. But yeah, thanks for watching. I love you guys. I will see you all in the next upload. Peace out. Ciao, mata.